Good morning once again. Today this video is going to be my fifth video on the chapter polynomials. Now today in this video we are going to learn the next topic, that is division algorithm for polynomials. Now the question may arise, what is the meaning of algorithm? First we need to understand what is the meaning of algorithm. The word method is simply known as algorithm in the mathematical language. That means here we shall learn the division method for the polynomials. Understood? But before that, first we need to recall the Euclid division lemma that we learned in first chapter, because this conception will be applied here. So first let us recall what was the Euclid division lemma. Now let us recall it. Let us remember what was the Euclid division lemma in the first chapter. Suppose we are taking an integer a, at the same time we are taking another integer b, correct? Now we have to divide this a by the integer b. Now let us divide. So after dividing we must get quotient. In this case we are getting the quotient q. Also we are getting some remainder r. Here q is the quotient, r is the remainder. So obviously this r will be bigger than equal to 0, correct? And obviously will be less than b. Now first let us say a is called dividend, b is called divisor, correct? Q is called quotient and R is called remainder. A is called dividend, B is called divisor, Q is called quotient and R is called remainder. Now from the division process we can say this A will be equal to B into Q plus the remainder R. That means I am trying to say the dividend will be equal to B is the divisor into Q for quotient plus the extra things means remainder, correct? Simply this formula is known as Euclid division lemma that we learned in the first chapter, where obviously r will be bigger than equal to 0 and obviously less than b. Now the same thing will be applied in the division of polynomials. Now let us apply and let us see how to apply it. Now let us know the division algorithm for polynomials. Suppose we are taking a polynomial p of x. At the same time we are taking another polynomial g of x, correct? Now we have to divide this p of x with gx, correct? Since we are dividing, so we must get quotient after dividing. Let the quotient is qx, and after that we may get some remainder, that is rx. So here the px is called dividend polynomial. Here this is called divisor polynomial. This qx is called quotient polynomial and rx is called remainder polynomial, correct? Here the px is called dividend polynomial, gx is called divisor polynomial and qx is called quotient polynomial, and here rx is called remainder polynomial. Here obviously this remainder may be 0 or its degree may be less than degree of the divisor. What I said? The remainder may be 0 or the degree of the remainder may be less than degree of the divisor. Now from here we can say this P of x will be equal to g of x into quotient q of x plus the remainder Rx. That means I am trying to say this dividend polynomial will be equal to divisor polynomial into quotient polynomial right plus remainder polynomial. So we can say from here this px will be equal to gx into quotient qx plus the remainder rx. This formula is known as division algorithm for polynomials. This formula is known as division algorithm for polynomials, like equal division lemma. This formula is known as division algorithm formula for polynomial. D means division algorithm. Now let us verify it with an example. I think it will be understood properly if you work out one example, if you verify one example. Now let us do it. In this regard, the question may be asked in this way: divide the polynomial px by the polynomial gx and find the quotient and remainder where some px is mentioned and some gx is mentioned. After that, verify the division algorithm. That means here first you have to divide this px by gx to find out quotient and remainder. After that, we shall be verifying the division algorithm. Understood? Now let us do it. Now let us solve it entirely. Here the px is 3x cube plus x square plus 2x plus 5, and the gx is x square plus 2x plus 1. Here the px is called dividend polynomial, correct? And the gx is called divisor polynomial. Now you have to divide this px by gx to find out the quotient polynomial qx and the remainder polynomial rx, correct? And already you know how to do the divide of a polynomials because we learned it in class 9. Just let us recall again. Now look at the only first terms. What is that? 3x cube. Don't look at the other terms, only target on the first term to be cancelled. So by any means we have to cancel the 3x cube. It is the rule of division of polynomials. I hope everybody knows it. For this, to cancel these terms, we have to multiply this gx with 3x, correct? Because if you multiply this total term by 3x, then it will be what? The first term will be 3x cube, and we shall put it here. Then it will be cancelled. So let us multiply with 3x. It will be 3x cube, because 3x into x square will be 3x cube. Similarly, 3x into 2x, it will be plus 6x square, correct? Similarly, 3x into 1, it will be 3x, put here. Now doing minus. It is a plus symbol, it will be minus. It is a plus symbol, it will be minus. It is a plus symbol, it will be minus. Because ultimately we are doing minus. Now look at here. The both are same term with the different symbol. So it will be cancelled. Correct? X square minus 6x square. It will be minus 5x square. 2x minus 3x. Ultimately it will become minus x. Correct? This plus 5 will come out without any changing. Since we have multiplied this total gx by 3x, so you have to put this 3x in the quotient. Correct? Now look at here. Ultimately we have got this polynomial. Now tell me, what is the degree of this polynomial? Degree means what is the maximum power of x here? 2. So it is the 2 degree polynomial. Also it is the 2-degree polynomial. Both are same. That means again the division process will carry on. So we already know we have to carry on the division process until we get the degree of the remainder is less than degree of the divisor. When you see the degree of the remainder is less than degree of the divisor, then we have to stop the division process. That is the rule of division of polynomials. Correct? But here we see the degree of this term is equal to the degree of the divisor. So you have to carry on the division process. Now, look at the first term here. What is that? Minus 5x square. So again, you have to cancel it by any means. How it will be cancelled? For this purpose, we have to multiply this one with minus 5. Because if we multiply this divisor by minus 5, it will be minus 5x square. Both will be same. Then it will be cancelled. So for this purpose, you have to multiply this divisor by minus 5 to bring the same term. So minus 5 into x square, it will be minus 5x square. Similarly, minus 5 into 2x, it will be minus 10x. Minus 5 into 1, it will be minus 5. Correct? Now, doing minus as before, it is the minus symbol, it will become plus. It is the minus symbol, it will become plus. Minus symbol become plus. Now, look at here. Minus 5x square plus 5x square. So, it will be cancelled. So, my target is done. Minus x plus 10x, it will be 9x plus 5, 10. Since again here we have multiplied the divisor with minus 5, so you have to put minus 5 in the quotient, right? Now look at the final polynomial. What is that? 9x plus 10. Now tell me, what is the degree of this polynomial? 1. Why it will be 1? Because the maximum power of x is 1. So it is the 1 degree polynomial. And what is the degree of the divisor? 2. So you can say the degree of the final polynomial 9x plus 10 is less than degree of gx. That means we have to stop here. The division process will stop here. Because ultimately we have got the degree of the final polynomial is less than degree of the divisor. So that is the required remainder. So the required remainder is Rx is 9x plus 10. Correct? That is the required remainder that we got. And in this case, the quotient will be, the required quotient will be 6 minus 5. So in this way we have got the quotient and the remainder. The quotient is 6 minus 5 and the remainder is 9x plus 10. Understood? So my first target has been finished. My first part has been finished. Already you have got quotient and remainder. Understood or not? In the second step, in the second part, we have to verify the division algorithm. That means to be verified here, px equal to gx into qx plus rx. Now let us verify. Now let us take the RHS first, because here RHS is the very big. So it will be very easy to work on the RHS. So let us take the RHS. What is that? Gx into qx plus rx. Already we have px, already we have gx. In the previous step we have found the quotient qx and we have found the remainder rx. So let us put one by one here. The gx what? X square plus 2x plus 1 into qx means 3x minus 5 and the remainder is 9x plus 10. Correct? Now let us multiply here. First multiply x square with total term. X square into 3x, it will be 3x cube. X square into 5, it will be minus 5x square. Correct? Here x square will be finished. Now 2x will start. Similarly, 2x will be multiplied with 3x and minus 5. 2x into 3x, it will be 6x square. 2x into minus 5, it will be minus 10x. Correct? So 2x is finished. Now 1 will start. Similarly, 1 will be multiplied with 3x and then minus 5. 1 into 3x, it will be 3x. 1 into minus 5, minus 5. Correct? Now write down the remainder as it is. 9x plus 10. Correct? Now let us simplify. It will be 3x cube as it is. Minus 5x square plus 6x square. It will be x square. Correct? Plus x square. Now 3x plus 9x, it will be plus 12x minus 10x. Ultimately it will be plus 2x. Correct? 10 minus 5, it will be plus 5. So ultimately finally we got 3x cube plus x square plus 2x plus 5. Now check. What was that? It was the nothing but the dividend polynomial, means px. So ultimately we have proved that px equal to gx into qx plus rx. Ultimately we have shown this total term is equal to px, means px is equal to gx into qx plus rx. It is nothing but the division algorithm. So the division algorithm here verified. So in this example, the division algorithm is verified. That means what we have done. Now let us say again in brief. First we have to divide px by gx to find out qx and rx, means quotient and remainder. After that you have to verify the division algorithm formula for this particular example. In this way the question may be asked in the board exam. That's why it is very, very important to practice. So today I stop here. In the next video we shall be doing the very, very important maths in the exercise 2.3. Correct? So today I stop here. Be safe, be healthy, and obviously stay home. Thank you very much.